Hey everyone, this is David. Welcome back behind the velvet rope. Let's just get right into it. It's that time again. She's back. She just can't get enough of us. The one and only Miss Sarah Fraser.
Hi, David. Yes, David. I love you. And I love it's so funny. I don't even know how it kind of ended up that we started doing these weekly things, but now I look forward to it so much. And I'm like, oh, what are we going to talk about? I love all the tea.
And at some point, these are going to be taken away and they're going to go on Patreon. When Miss Kim D is over on RHONJ, maybe our little chats will go on Patreon and we can get really raunchy behind the firewall. But for now, let's just keep it here for all the wonderful people. There's a lot going on this week. A lot.
A ton. Yes. Where do you want to start?
Okay, should we start with something positive or negative? There's lots of negatives and lots of positives this week.
God, honey, please, you and me, let's start with all the negative. I mean, I don't even want to begin with any. I don't even want any positive. Just like give me the neg.
Okay. Well, one negative is, I love her dearly, but Miss Kandi's show, Kandi and the Gang, did not do so well on the ratings.
All right. I want all your thoughts because you kind of felt like this was going to be a Bravo hit. And do you feel like it's going to build, or do you feel like, and I never know anymore, because again, Kandi apparently was defending the show, which only got 490,000 views. And she was saying more people, and Andy does this too. More people are going to watch it, DVR, give it a week. So I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I never understand. This is where I side with Kelly Dodd. Yes, I'll listen to all the boos from the audience right now, where it's like everyone says that. They say like, that's what Andy's been saying about the RHOC the whole season. Like everyone always watches it on DVR and other services. So what does that matter? If like you're comparing 400,000 to 1.5 million, the same amount of people, I still think like the back end people that are going to watch it is not less. Do you see what I'm saying? Like if 1.5 watch it, what that means nobody's watching it on DVR and playback. I don't believe that. I think that number just kind of stays stagnant. Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
So it's still 1.5 million people are watching it. And then the same amount of people are watching it back until I think that's a strange argument. I don't get it. But It's not a great number. Again, I don't understand. I think it's just the salaries with RHONY, because why did we have World War III over RHONY's ratings in the 600s? I think it's because Luann and Sonia and Ramona, two people were making like $1 million and one was making like 800,000. I really think it was the cost, because now we have all these things where the ratings are less. And Summer House is in there because that one hater who's going to say, you don't point this out. Summer House is in there. I think Summer House is a cheap show, but to produce, I don't know. I thought this was going to be maybe the next Vanderpump Rules. No, I don't know. Is Kandi's show not doing well because Vanderpump Rules didn't do well and now we're over that formula? Or is it not doing well because people say, Cynthia, Bailey, and Kandi were the boring housewives from Atlanta?
I was going to say, everyone's on Twitter like, well, Kandi's dry toast. No wonder the show isn't doing well. But I'm like, but I don't know. Her employees are the ones that are supposed to bring it. And they are. They all have tons of attitude. Don Juan is a character. I love Todd. Kandi is one of my favorites, and Kandi's mother is a trip, but it's hard because I think they have these like minute moments, on Housewives of Atlanta where they're arguing with somebody or they're fire or Don Juan has a great comeback. And then to carry your own hour-long show is a whole nother ball game. I hate though that people make judgments about shows so quick. I think Kandi needs a full season. Let's ride it out. A lot of shows build. I always say this, you probably know this, Seinfeld, the biggest television show ever and in syndication, aside from maybe The Simpsons, was shit for the first 3 seasons. Like nobody watched, and then finally get this cult following and it got better and better and better.
As I've interviewed Carol Potter, Gabrielle Carteris, so we have many other 90210 kids coming up. 90210 was horrible, the horrible ratings the first season until they did like the Beverly Beach over the summer. That had horrible ratings. 90210 was like on the verge of like Melrose Place too, but 90210 was like a bigger hit and they revamped it. And, you know, listen, Summer House, I mean, I know I just said the ratings aren't great, but Summer House started really, they gave it so much rope to hang itself. I really think it's the cost of a show. Now, I do think I would guess that this show isn't so cheap. I mean, Kandi probably has a huge salary, and I assume Mama Joyce gets something. And
I would think Mama Joyce definitely gets paid. The two other aunts, maybe not so much. I mean, they get paid something, but I doubt it's great. And you know, Don Juan probably gets something, but I doubt Don Juan gets paid that much. You know, Todd was in the business. Sure, Todd knows what he's doing.
I mean, look, Vanderpump Rules, I'm not taking anything away from Lisa because she was great as the matriarch in that show. Don't get me wrong. You know, but what made it gold was this real, natural, you know, this one sleeps with that one. It was so incestuous and so real friends. And it's like, I don't know, do we have that cast here? But I'm not ready to write it off. It's just the ratings weren't great and they did a lot of promotion. Candace was in my backyard doing her promotion. Todd was here. Kandi was on the stock exchange. I mean, they took New York by storm, baby. And I think Kandi, I don't know if this was a paid promotion. I don't know if she called upon her friends, but I mean, we had Cynthia Bailey, we had Candice Dillard, we had everybody shouting this out on Instagram. So either Kandi's got lots of good friends or this was some paid promotion. It was probably her friends, but these posts were like, tonight is the night, guys. I mean, every housewife was shot. She had that premiere party. Everybody was there. Shamari DeVoe showed up. We have RHOA from the past. Like there was a lot of promotion for this show. So I have nothing against Kandi. And like, I don't understand the whole she's boring. I mean, she's Kandi. I mean, really, what's more interesting about Erika Jayne than her? I mean, other than this major scandal she's going through, but like Erika doesn't exactly swing from the chandeliers like on the TV screen.
No, not anymore. But see, Erika didn't have to do a lot because when she came into Beverly Hills, right, the women were very prim and proper. Lisa Rinna was the only one, but you even Yolanda Foster. You know, I think Yolanda thought her shit didn't stink. You know, but she was with David Foster. She was married to David Foster. She had the fabulous walk-in refrigerator. You know, of course, they've since gotten divorced. He's moved on. I'm more of a Kat McPhee fan myself. Anyway,
really? Okay.
Oh, I love Catherine McPhee. I love them together, actually. I really do. Actually, and I've met David Foster in real life, and I love him. Like, David Foster is the fucking... Did you watch his documentary? Legend.
No, I almost went to see him on this tour that he's on. I wouldn't mind, like, sitting with my nice martini and having a nice, you know...
Adore him.
Now that I'm not a spring chicken, I like, you know, a nice quiet evening. I would sit in the audience and listen to Foster do some of his performances.
I know. Well, I mean, especially if you're going to marry like Josh Flagg or